All is good down here. Possible malfunction at your end? Fire now!
Firing.
Dead system engaging target. Firing.
Call of Duty is one of the few major video game franchises that still has a presence on last-gen consoles. Despite being one of the most successful franchises in gaming industry, it's rather disappointing to see Activision not focusing exclusively on current-gen consoles, but instead also opting for a last-gen release as well. Don't get us wrong, Black Ops 3 still looks good on current-gen consoles, but one has to sit back and wonder how much is Activision making off of last-gen base and what kind of compromises they are doing to achieve their deadlines. Talking about compromises, it seems that Call of Duty Black Ops 3 indeed made some on current-gen consoles. When you are targeting 5 different platforms and are basically using the same modified engine for a number of years, optimization hiccups will eventually start kicking in. And this is precisely what is happening with Black Ops 3. The first sacrifice that Treyarch made is the pixel rendering solution on the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game. The game runs at a dynamic resolution on the Xbox One, and much to our surprise, the PS4 as well. In several analyses that we have conducted throughout 2015, it seems that Black Ops 3 is the first ever game on the PS4 to run at a dynamic resolution. Talking about specific numbers, the PS4 resolution scales down from 1920 by 1080 pixels to 1360 by 1080 pixels, whereas the Xbox version jumps down from 1600 by 1900 pixels to 1280 by 900 pixels. This is a step back for the series since Advanced Warfare managed to run at a native 1080p resolution on the PS4. Furthermore, performance is a mixed bag on the consoles. The game tries to target 60 frames per second, but unlike Halo 5 Guardians, the experience is not a locked one. Frequent drops along with V-Sync Engage result into screen tearing. For some odd reason, the static scenes such as the player entering a vehicle or cutscenes even are rendered in 30 frames per second. This results into a rather jarring experience since the switch from 30 to 60 frames per second is almost instantaneous. There is nothing much going on during the sequences, so we wonder why these are not running at 60 frames per second to begin with. We also wanted to talk a bit about the PC version of the game. We have been hearing reports of severe memory management issues with the game's engine. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is apparently eating up all the memory, up to 16 gigabytes, when maxed out. Even if you tone it down to medium or high settings, it will eat up your entire 8 gigs of memory as well. This has resulted into several issues such as crashes and freezes. Furthermore, there are also reports of the game eating up 12 gigs on memory on Nvidia's Titan GPUs. This is simply unacceptable. For players who are using the i5 range of CPU processors, they need to modify their configuration file so that the game uses only 2 threads instead of 4. This should resolve any blue screen of death issues that you may encounter. Personally speaking, we did not experience any issues, but we do know that such issues exist. What we did experience was constant frame rate drops, especially where there were a lot of volumetric effects such as water effects going on in the nearby environment. The water simulation seems to be a big CPU pusher, draining down performance, thereby deteriorating performance and reducing frames. Call of Duty Black Ops 3, just like Advanced Warfare, features a plethora of PC settings ranging from enhanced ambient occlusion, resulting into softer shadows, motion blur, AA options, and texture quality. The texture quality on consoles are equivalent to the high settings found on the PC. Shadow dithering is observed, but it's not that bad as we first made it out to be. For the most part, the console versions use ambient occlusion, resulting into sharper shadow edges, especially in cutscenes. We witnessed a few asset streaming issues on the Xbox One and PC versions, wherein objects such as a vehicle will load a tad later compared to the PS4 build. We are not sure whether this happens on the PS4, but we did not encounter any such issues while playing. The console and PC versions use a